Saturday, 25th of October. We've just finished all the work at the studio. Been there for about a week and a bit, I think, and decided to come up this evening instead of coming up in the morning. That means we've got a little bit more time to sort of laze about, and then tomorrow we're helping Hawkeye. His boat's in Hilperton Marina at the moment, being blacked. The bottom half of the boat has to be blacked with special paint to stop it, all the rust from getting into the water every couple of years or something like that. Anyway, his has had that done, and tomorrow we're sort of running up and down the rivers and picking his boat up and things like that. So we're both suffering from a bit of a cold at the moment. I've just had mine, and Mel's picked hers up today, so she's not very well. So early night, and we're just running the engine for an hour to make sure there's some battery, charge up phones, things like that for tonight. And then tomorrow, well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a bit of an adventure, but we're back on the boat for at least a couple of days, so that's nice. Good morning, world. It's a beautiful day, and we've just got up. Well, I've just got up. Mel's not feeling very well at the moment. There's a bad cold going around. I've still got a little bit of it. You can probably hear it in my voice. But we're doing loads today. It's been raining, which is actually great because nothing's leaked on the inside of the boat. That means all Mel's hard work's been really useful. So we've got to help get Hawkeye's boat out of Hilperton Marina today. And that's about 1.5 miles down the canal. That's about 2.5 miles driving around. So I'm just going to walk the dogs, make sure they're happy, and then come back in about half an hour and then go to the van, which is that way. It's a lot of walking. You think it'd be thinner, wouldn't you? Anyway, so that's the idea. We're going to walk the dogs, get the van with the dogs, drive over to where we're going to help get Hawkeye's boat out, pick up some fuel in the canister, because we never know how much fuel we've got, so it's always a good idea to top it up. And then we're going to take our boat over near to where we're going to be helping. Then we'll walk back, pick up the van, which will be parked here, and then we'll travel back, park the van nearby, and then at that point we'll meet the people who've been doing Hawkeye's van. We're then going to drive Hawkeye's boat. We're then going to drive or sail Hawkeye's boat to more next to where ours is. It sounds complicated, it's just because my brain makes it complicated, but it's really quite simple. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, and then second half of the day I'll probably try and get on with some panelling.
Right, we've just left wherever it was we were, Wadden, and we are heading to Hilperton to go more up and then go and get Hester and Hawkeye's boat out of the dry dock for them. First time cruising on our own, so should be interesting. Matt's driving, so I'm sure it'll work out fine. Update you in a bit. Just coming past Hilperton, and in a minute you'll be able to see Hawkeye's boat, which is in the dry dock, which we'll be coming back to get shortly. If you're ever up this way on a boat, Hilperton Boatyard is very, very useful and very friendly. And just in that dry dock there, it's Hawkeye and Hester's boat. Also still at Hilperton, this is where we were craned in when our boat very first went in August. Just on the other side of here. There's lots of boats up here. They do holiday hire, and there's some up for sale, or there was last time we were here. as that craned us in. So we have arrived at our new mooring in Whaddon because we are on the way to Hilperton, and Matt's gone to take Hawkeye to get his car, and I have just tiled what's going to go behind the wood burner. So it's cement board because it's heat proof, and marble tiles because they're one of the best for anything to do with wood stoves and stuff, which I managed to get off Gumtree, just 10 tiles, and luckily they were the right size. Haven't grouted yet, got to wait for these to dry, so that'll be a job for when I get back to the boat, but keep you posted.
So Mel's done the tiling for the back of the wood burner.
Look at my great tiling job.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in, wait. Look at it. Okay, you may continue.
There's a concrete panel behind here as well, so it stops all the heat really from getting the wood and all the burnable bits and the insulation and things like that. But it's just extra protection. These are marble tiles we picked up from bloody Swindon.
Yeah, on Gumtree.
Yeah,
thanks David, if you happen to be out
of
there.
our way, but we got them, and we've got 2 spare ones in case anything happens to them. So we also bought some concrete screws, and what I've just done is put a quick batten behind there to keep it away from the batten there. I've screwed that batten in. I've marked where the screws can go in without hitting the screws going in, and I'm now just drilling a hole using the concrete screws and then putting a pilot hole into that wood for that one to drive in. So that's got a special star nib on the thing for the concrete screws. First one's going in here. And that is a concrete thing in. So I'm going to do 1, 2 and 3 and have a look at maybe putting spacers at the bottom there. So that then that keeps it upright as well.
There's a dog in the way now.
Yeah. Poor old Mel's got a bad cold, so thank you very much to the cameraman Mel for doing the tiling and dealing with the cold.
That's okay.
Here's Kira surveying the new addition to the boat, making sure it's safe.
She's
Tufty.
listening to the noise.
So there's the wood burner in situ on top of some flagstones that Mel made me drive all the way to Bournemouth or somewhere for, which was Wimborne, which is about a mile away from. I mean, they were Swindon. Why couldn't they have them in Wimborne? You have no concept of driving, do you?
Gumtree doesn't work like that. You have to go where you have to go to get the good stuff.
Yeah, and we got some great
flagstones were free.
Flagstones, yeah, they were great. There's 2 there. They look fantastic. The wood burner's on there. The flue is there with the little extender that goes into that. We're waiting for a collar there just to fit the bottom part to the bottom of the flue, and that'll be arriving only that time this week, I reckon. So yeah, with the wood burners in with the backdrop. Happy?
I'm happy.
Tell your face.
Got to get the glass out next.
Yeah. Next thing is we've got to replace the glass, and this is proving a little bit funny because there's these screws in here,
and they're really, really properly in there. I can't get them out at the minute.
Yeah, they're really burred and difficult to get out, and they're gripping this glass in. So we might try and smash the glass, and then once it's free of gripping, might be able to help, but that's the next project.
Welcome to Play School.
Hello children, let's see what's through the round window today. I know, it's Matt, and he's doing something he's never done before. Playing with power tools. You should be very careful when you play with power tools. Except when there's a lunatic about, then you're fine. And there's a lunatic filming this for me. Thanks, Mel. Anyway, Today, we are putting up the pieces of wood. I'm going to go back to a normal voice now because otherwise I'll talk like that for the rest of my life. Onto the top half, so you see what we're doing along here. And I saw this method on YouTube, and it's just genius. If you've got a porthole, we're going to put a bit of wood above this, and we'll need to cut a hole in the right place for the porthole. And I was wondering how to do that. Of course, you could measure it and the rest of it, but how accurate is that? But someone came up with this idea of making a piece of cardboard the same shape as your porthole in the right place, and then you put your cardboard up. Now they taped theirs on. I've just put a couple of screws in because the tape wouldn't stay there. But then what happens is that stays in the same place. You can then fold that back, you put the wood on, and you put that there, you draw the hole, take it away, and then you cut the hole around it in the wood, and then it's there. And I've done it with that one and it seems to work. So that's what we're doing now for this porthole. The next one's a square one, so it's the same thing but with a square template. But what a great idea. Hopefully someone can use that, especially on play school where they've got round windows and narrow boats as well.
Step to one side, Floella, and I'll zoom in on the window you've already done there.
There's the window.
There you go.
Floella Benjamin. She'd never live it down. She was the best. The erstwhile Dave Allen has arrived, and we've just put all the, what they call vermiculite. Mel loves it. She loves it.
Swear word.
It's stuff that we had to get out and then put the new stuff in that lines the wood burner. And he's just come in and put it all in. And now it's the first fire in the wood burner.
Testing it.
And we've already tested the flue with a smoke pellet. And now the fire brigade are on their way. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Dave Allen, the one with 10 fingers. not the famous comedian who had 9.5. And but look at that, the wood burner is on just in time for winter. Fantastic, thank you, mate.
Not a problem.
What a beautiful sight to come home to. Starting to feel a bit like home now, a proper fire.
What are you doing?
Just watching you watch the fire.
Been my goal for weeks.
Yeah.
This fire done. It's hot. You're very flammable.
What do you think about it, mate? Is it good?
Not as good as your chocolate, Dad, actually.
Well, you can't have the chocolate, but we've now got a fire. Yeah, he's a good boy. Where is he? You hiding? Say woo! Good boy. Good morning, says Tufty, and Kira just silently comes past to agree. Right, it's the 5th of November. Crikey, the 5th of November today. And we've got my sister, my mum, is turning up to see the boat. They've never seen it yet. We've got it to a point where we think it's habitable enough for mums. And Mel's spent a few days sort of finding places for things and tidying things up so that we can accommodate people. It's not perfect at the moment. It's not like a show home, but yeah, you know how proud you get when you've got someone visiting. But anyway, they're coming over from Weymouth this morning. They'll be here about 11 o'clock. I think it's about 8 o'clock at the moment. So we just got up. Hester next door, the boat next door to us, is on the outside, and we thought might be nice to sort of take Mum and Caroline, my sister, to for a little jaunt up and down the river. So we're going to be Hester's moving her boat up the river a little bit. She's going to find a spot to moor up. I'll give her a hand with that. Then I'll drop back to here, and then 11 o'clock, that's when all the fun starts. And we get to show people Legless for the first time. Fantastic. There's Mum navigating the stairs, getting past the dogs. Got Caroline and John here.
I did what he did.
What did he do?
I did the acrobatics that he's doing there.
You get used to it in the end, it's really weird.
I was dreading it, but actually it's fine.
Yeah. So we're just going to take the boat up to the winding hole, turn it around and bring it back to this spot. Just for fun.
Stay there.
It's peaceful, isn't it?
Right, we are just coming up to the winding hole in a minute to try and turn a 70-foot boat around.
It looks like it's a bit wider up there.
See how it goes.
Arc on the side there.
Right, so we are just coming into the winding hole to turn around.
Yes, but just trying to turn this boat around. It's a special place on the canal to turn the boat. See how good massive is it? A 3-point turn?
So the idea is if we carried on the way we were going, it'd be Bradford-on-Avon and Bath, and we want to go the other way, so we need to turn now. Eventually end up somewhere near Devizes for Christmas, or Pewsey, or Hungerford, or somewhere over there. Stuff I can watch on my laptop.
You've got
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Books. Might be a good book, I don't know.
No, yeah, it's been lovely actually sitting by the fire reading my book in the evenings.
Don't squash Caroline in the business. She wouldn't say thank you.
I'd still be flapping and panicking. And probably would have lost Caroline in there somewhere. Watch your head, Daff.
I hear you.
We're now back the other way. And back towards the mooring. Going east now.
Mission complete.
Tufty saying hello to the ducks at the new place. We're near Semington now. It's the 6th of November, my sister's birthday. And we've just travelled up ahead of Hawkeye, who will be next to us anytime this afternoon. But the ducks and Tufty are having a standoff. Look how still they are.
Tufty no swimming. Leave them alone.
Just calmly ignore him, move away, pretend that we're not here. Never seen so much concentration from Tufty. Apart from when you're eating a sandwich and you're trying to get it finished before he notices you've got it. I hope you're not thinking duck sandwiches, Tufty.
Crispy aromatic ducky likes.
Alright, yeah, so we're near Semington, about half a mile. Down there is about half a mile is where the bin, the rubbish place is, and the road where we park the cars. So we'll be just take the dogs for a walk up there to see if we're in the right spot. Well, after a couple of days of busy faffing about, moving boats, having visitors, doing little bits to the boat and sort of having fragmented routine, we've just landed at Semington, which is, we've been here a couple of weeks ago. We're on the way back through the other way now. And we've got a griddle, a new griddle, which you might be able to see on top of the wood burner that Mel found on Gumtree, and it was just down the road from my studio in Wimborne. So on Monday, after I finished the studio, I popped up to this lady, and all she wanted was like £3 for this. And it's the only thing we've got to cook on, but we haven't had anything to make the heat to cook, so it's the first thing. But anyway, I just sat down and said to Mel, oh, fancy making a cup of tea? So we're boiling some water. And what I'm doing, the wood burner, hopefully it's going to take and get hot, and then boil the water on the top, which I'm then going to put in the cup and have a cup of tea. We haven't got any milk, but I've got some tea and we've got some honey. That'll be brilliant. But it'll be the first cup of tea we have, or we've made, on the boat. So, yeah, we're looking out for a kettle. So that's the next thing we'll probably bring with us when we go back to land life and then back onto the waterways. We're really looking for one of those kettles you put on the top of stoves like this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the first cup of tea made on Legless, anytime actually, but using the wood burner, which is now cooking our tea by Mel, the real captain.
Tea.
Yes, that's our tea, and that's a cup of tea. And there's the two dogs, staying away from the very hot fire. It's November, we've got all the doors and windows open, because as we're cooking on this, it just warms up the inside of here so much. But yeah, so tea is on its way, but a cup of tea, look at this, brilliant! 14th of November, back up onto the boat. Today is Friday. I've been for a couple of days and I'm back into Dorset on Sunday for a gig at a place called The Angel in Poole, which I do quite regularly. Anyway, just got back to the boat, did shopping on the way, and this week we were getting things like kettles. So for the first time since we've had it since August, we're going to be able to make a cup of tea. So that's what the next thing is, a cup of tea on the wood burner. Burning away nicely now. So I'm going to bung this on the top. and I don't know what the time is, but it should take a few minutes for it to boil. It took about an hour, but the kettle has boiled the water on the wood burner, and it's the first cup of tea we've made on Legless.
And it's really great because Matt did the first bit of video to say that he was about to make a cup of tea while we were having several million massive leaks on the boat, and I was just like, oh, I thought that was going to be a video about that, not making tea.
So
But
when you're the captain of the ship, your crew does the work.
I see.
And then the captain has the cup of tea.
Yes, I see. That makes sense now.
Yeah, delegation.
And just for the purposes of the video again, here is the wood burner on which it was made.
Dun, dun, dun. (15th November 2025). Just got the fire going. We've had a cup of tea in the morning already, and now Mel's got the tea on, which is a stew. It's going to be lovely. And we've got the we're trying out these lecto fuels at the moment, and we've got the hardwood ones. I bought all three types. The square one there is like they call that the fire log, and that's less density than those. They're like the hardwood logs. They're still compressed sawdust, but they get the fire really hot really fast. And I just put one on there now to get this boiling a little bit more, and it's just incredible. They burn quite a long time. And then those are the night logs, which you just leave on the night time, and they sort of glow gently without being too hot, and keep the fire sort of going. And two other members of the crew are enjoying the fire as well, sat on their settee. Hello, Tufty. Hello, Kira. Good boy. Tufty, say hello. Tufty, say yes. Tufty, say yes. Say hello. Woof. Tufty, woof. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, what did he say then? He was good boy. Wait there, that's a good boy. Woof. That's enough, that's a good boy. Well, that's a great surprise. I'm going away and got some bits and bobs from B&Q, like a wheelbarrow, which I found out is the best way of transporting medium-sized loads along a path that's not very well built for the purpose. With one wheel going in one direction as opposed to four wheels on a trolley going in different directions each time. It's a lot less effort, and so that's a success. Few bits and bobs, brackets and things like that. We're going to start making where the bathroom is going to be. So we're going to start erect panels where that's going to be and see what we need to do on the inside of that. But then I got home. Mel's made pork stew. Whee!
Nice.
On the wood burner with everything, with sauteed potatoes and gravy and fresh vegetables. This is absolutely incredible. This is brilliant. Now this, in a modern day, it might feel like this is a trivial thing, but when you're living on a narrowboat and you've given up terrestrial life, and then these sort of things start being possible, it's a magnificent boost. On top of what is an already incredible boost for living on such a beautiful place with such a beautiful lady.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm going to eat this now before it gets cold. Morning or afternoon, everybody. It's the 17th of November, 2025. We're just parked up at the moment at the first lock. We're moving the boats today, which is a little bit earlier than we need to, but I've got work over the weekend, and Hawkeye thinks it was a good idea. So we've just moved about half a mile from Symington. Hawkeye's at the front there, and we're waiting for a boat to come down through the lock. We're going to head for, which is about 5 swing bridges and 6 locks up the way. So we're going to be moving for most of the afternoon, I think. Mel's there, going to be doing the locks on the way, and we're just waiting for the boat to come through the lock. So moving day today, we're moving house. Woohoo! And the ducks will be following us because they know we've got oats on there somewhere. You can walk over the tops of those, can't you, once they're shut as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might say, hang on. Ah, there we go. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Is that my fault?
Something there.
Is it me?
The side of the bed.
Is you underneath our side?
Suddenly I went like, what?
It's alright, yeah. We're okay now.
Weird. What's
That was possibly you're below our gunnel.
that? It might be. There's just
Yeah.
caught on the rubber strip. Weird.
That's Mel winding everybody up. I quite enjoy the locks actually. So here we're going over an aqueduct. Basically the A350 is below this piece of concrete. We're going over, it's a water bridge obviously going over a motorway. You may be able to hear the motorway in the background of the video. And when we're going over, I'll see if I can get a high angle so you can see without me going into the bank. Cars, you might not be able to see it. You can see it that way, definitely, without the sun being in your eyes. It's insane to think that there's a bridge that can carry this amount of weight of water. Just past Sevington Lock now. Gorgeous sunset over there. So we moved about 3 miles through about 4,008,000 locks and 27,000 swing bridges, and that was really pleasant actually. Stopped for lunch at the Barge Inn in Seend, S-E-E-N-D, which we recommend but not paid to say that obviously. And now just strolling the dogs along the towpath back towards Semington, where Hawkeye's and my cars are, so we can drive them up and get them near the boat. All in all, pretty classically good day on the boat.
Okay, so this is the last in the tiny flight of locks at Seend. So I've just opened the gate for the boats to go in. Should see the first one coming along now.
How's it looking for more boats up there?
There's a lot.
Is there? I think there's more there.
As I was saying that, I had to cut that off quickly because we were going to moor the other side of this lock, but it's completely full. So Hawkeye's now reversing his boat, Matt's reversing our boat, and we'll see you on the other side of the bridge. Okay, we have made it back to the other side of the bridge and moored up now. And here is the end of a lovely sunset. How stunning is that? Okay, today is the first really frosty, seriously cold morning. Matt's in Dorset doing van related things. I'm on the boat, obviously, because here's the boat. Today is going to be all about weatherproofing any gaps that we've got in hatches and things to stop the cold getting in, to keep the boat warm. I'll keep you posted.
Morning everybody. I think it's the first or the second today, mate. Tufty says it's the third, Mel says it's the third. It's an early today. Didn't have much time to do much videoing the last few days, but we've been said hello by a flock of swans. Mouse is giving them smokes. Hello, hello, hello. Anyway, so we went to Scotland yesterday, and we went and saw Mel's mum and her partner, and up in Ayr, AYR, and they're moving house eventually. There's a lot of details about that, but they're moving house to Aviemore, which is a beautiful spot. Everywhere in Scotland is beautiful, but Aviemore particularly. And they had a few bits and bobs in their house they didn't need. So what we're doing today, or what we did the last couple of days, is drive up there. We borrowed, or we were offered, the van from Helping Homeless Veterans. I'll show you that in a second. But Dave Woods from the charity knew that we were going to be travelling up and getting some furniture, and we're going to do it in my Volkswagen, which is a little bit sort of not well at the moment, so we're sort of worried about it. But he said borrow the van, which is what they use to help getting veterans furniture when they move into different places. It's a great charity. I'll tell you more about it in the links below. But so we went up on Monday. We stayed over at Chris and Sue's house, and it was lovely to stay there and see them. And they've given us duvets and blankets and rugs and side tables and things like that that we're all going to make really good use of on the boat. So I'm just getting up early now. We're at the water point at Sells Green, which is near the Three Magpies pub, not far from Trowbridge, because Hawkeye moved our boat to here last night, filled up with water, and we need to move here before 8:30 or 8:30, just up this area. We're going through there, and I'm just using the wheelbarrow now to get bits and bobs onto the boat before that happens. And then we've got a big sofa. Last thing we're going to move is a big sofa on, and that old blue sofa is coming off and going to a friend of ours. So we started the fire, and Mel's putting things on the boat so that they're in out of the way for when we get in there. And I'll show you the van. Well, there's the dogs. They're not helping at all. It's beautiful. We're still moving this. Okay, still here. Sofa's now on the bow of the boat, not the front, the bow. And Mel's just going to undo the bits that are on the inside here, because this door is slightly wider by a few inches than the stern door. And we just think that the cross section of this just makes it impossible to get in. But anyway, we've taped the inside of this door because of the cold, and so we've got like bubble wrap and stuff on the inside before we put the wood on there. And I'm in the middle of doing the wood, and now we're moving this over, so just going to take that off, and then that'll be my next job today, is to put wood up. Woohoo! So got the sofa on, didn't we, babe?
Yes, we did, yeah. And all the other things.
Yeah, so we've got 2 bedside table chest of drawers things, which is perfect for your small things in the bedroom, like, you know, your underwear, etc. And there's a tall bookcase, because Mel is a book. It's going to be a library. It's going to be the Legless Library. That's what it's going to be called. And we've taken the blue sofa off, so the dogs are now sitting in a space in their beds wondering where the blue sofa's gone. But we have the brown sofa. It's currently on the bed on the bow of the boat. That's where that bed is, and the bow, that door is wider than this one is. So Hawkeye had the bright idea of trying to put it through there first, and it did go through, so all's well. Everything's on there. It's all a mess inside. It's 8:30 now, so we were on the water point while we were moving everything, and 8:30 is when you can start to move the boats. So today we're just taking a 10-minute jog up the canal on a beautiful morning, and
Freezing.
it is a bit cold, but it is gorgeous. And then we're going to be going parking at Martin Slade, aren't we?
Martin Slade, yeah.
Yeah.
So the challenge is find Hawkeye's boat.
Yeah. Park near it. There we go. Cool. And then I'm going to do some stuff. I'll help Mel move things around roughly into places, and then I'm taking the van back to the studio where we're dropping the sofa off to Jordan, who's a friend of ours who works at the Annandale Centre, who's got a flat who needs some furniture, and we've got furniture that he needs, which is great. And then tomorrow, a couple of sessions in the studio and gig or two. Back to that pattern. But Mel's staying on the boat now. She's been off it for far too long.
So it's a very beautiful morning. Just coming around the corner into the sunshine. It's very busy down on this bit. I'm assuming you can all still see it. I just went a bit blind then. What a morning.
Dogs are just surveying. We're now moored up at Martin Slade. Beautiful day. Cold, but beautiful. Just let the dogs off to survey their surroundings. So this is literally pretty much exactly the same place we were at when we first moved it on August the 19th. Just down there on the right is a car park that you can park for about £5 a week.
We've circumnavigated the canal.
Canal this day, tomorrow the world.
No, go.
Kira, this way. I just want to film Mummy in case she falls off. We get 250 quid. Brilliant. Okay. Mel's taking the dogs for a walk, and she said the kettle's boiled. It's been on there for about an hour. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Woohoo!